Mama, I don't know. Hi guys, this is my picture is a little green. I'm trying to get it to work. Okay, here we go. Hi guys, welcome everyone to Daily Tips with Monica. I do appreciate you guys for coming in. I do appreciate your love, and I do appreciate you guys' support. Um, if you want to share me out, share me out. Um, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Hey, the McCray Kings, thank you for coming. Y'all had a great discussion today, and y'all really got me excited about watching the movie because I really want to watch it, and I'm gonna watch it today, and I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on it as well. Not live or anything, just talk to y'all about it, but it really has me intrigued, and I want to see what it's about. Um, what we're going to talk about today, guys, and I know that it's Sunday, everybody's getting out of church, getting ready for Sunday dinner. Make sure you guys, I changed the time to 4 p.m. for the monetization celebration with me and the children. So make sure you guys tune in at 4 p.m. this evening for the monetization part two celebration with the children. It's going to be a mukbang celebration. Um, what we're going to talk about today, guys, is we're going to talk about how to trust again and learning how to let someone in despite. Hey, everyday life with the Kelly girls. Thank you for coming. Hey, ladies. But um, as I was stating, I myself, guys, I deal with a lot of trust issues, and I'm still trying to filter through that. And so I was like, why not talk talk about it and maybe help someone else that could be struggling with trust issues when it comes to people and relationships and things like that. So I want to go ahead and have a conversation about it. Well, do the daily tips about it, because I struggle with trust issues. So it's So know that everyone has experienced some kind of pain and hurt at some point in our lives. We have all felt like our trust has been compromised, and we wonder if we will ever be able to trust again. To trust again. Those experiences can be very painful, and the feelings are completely normal. And then after time, when someone has like hurt your feelings and betrayed your trust, you're scared to trust again for fear of future pain. And know that it does make sense to feel that way. Betrayal by a loved one on some on some is some to some is one of the most powerful things that can happen. Hey, Nicole, how you doing, baby? um so you know so to be betrayed by a loved one, like I said, is some of the most powerful pain imaginable. Hey, Trisha, and know that trust is a foundation of all meaningful relationships, and you cannot just skip over it. So you can't have a relationship without trust. Know that you can, and that's true. Like I'm struggling with that with my current relationship. Trust. I don't. I want to trust, but the mind saying don't trust. I don't because of the past stuff that I got to let go. Um, but know that the good news is, guys, is that you can trust again. But the unfortunate truth is that you may get hurt again someday. And see, that's my thing is, oh, I don't want to be hurt again. But as I'm sitting here today realizing, guys, hurt is a part of life. And we're going to be hurt by so many different things. But the truth is also that you have to make, hey blogs, the truth is, guys, that you have to make the decision knowing that there are never any guarantees that you will never be hurt again in the future. So, with that in mind, ask yourself, how can you ever learn to trust someone again? It is simple. You have to make the choice and jump back in. You have to let your guard down. Thank you, Nicole. Girl, you just don't know I'm encouraging myself as well, because Lord knows your girl got trust issues bad. And you have to let your guard down, and you have to let go of the fear. And that's my things, the fear. Oh, I don't want to be hurt again. Oh, he may not, I may not be good enough, or fear of things that, that could, stop you, will cause you to sabotage your relationship. Because I know I have done some sabotaging things. Um, know that it's not easy and it won't happen overnight, and you'll have to work on it. But here are some tips, guys, that um, can help you choose to trust again after a painful experience. You have to embrace, the first thing is, guys, you have to embrace vulnerability. I'm sorry. Vulnerability is one of your greatest strengths. And know, as humans, we tend to believe that we are risking too much by putting ourselves out there and being vulnerable. By the opposite, it is actually true. If you don't put yourself out there and take a risk, you end up missing out on so much. Life is messy, but it has to be in order to be worth living. So building a protective wall to hide behind it, emotionally speaking, may sound like a good idea, but those walls do not discriminate between positive and negative feelings. A life that is guaranteed to be free from betrayal is also guaranteed to be free from love. Love is choosing to trust someone with your heart. And you can show your emotional vulnerability in a safe setting. Talk to a close family member or a good friend, and be open with them about how you are feeling. And you may trust them, but the act of opening up shows this in a very real way, and it reinforces the belief in your mind that trust is a good thing. So be open to being vulnerable. I know that it's hard to be vulnerable because sometimes people use your vulnerability against you. It's hard to just be open with people when people use your openness against you, and you try to show them love and they just go against you, speak down on you, and go against you, done did things against you that betrayed your trust. But you have to take the risk. If it's worth taking the risk for, why not do it? And me myself, guys, this is my thing. I can be vulnerable, but I can be vulnerable, but it's in real. But to be real with you guys, I'm vulnerable, but I'm scared too. And I go to that negative space in my mind, thinking, oh, I can't trust you, because I done made myself too vulnerable. And now that I done made myself too vulnerable, I'm scared you gonna hurt me and you gonna betray my trust. But you have to just I'm still learning. I'm still going through, because like I said, I do have trust issues. You have to know that you're making a choice. Like you make a choice to be happy, you have to make a choice to trust. And you have to make a choice to be vulnerable with the person, and hope that they don't take that vulnerability and use it against you. How you doing, positive pusher? Um, so learn how to be vulnerable, and don't let people use your vulnerability to against you. Be open. Um, give someone your heart, and but let me tell you this: giving someone your heart does not mean you're choosing to let them make you happy or not. Make sure that you're being happy with yourself and they add to your happiness. Don't let them be the cause of your happiness. You find your happiness yourself and they add to your happiness. So the second thing is learn to trust yourself. In order to trust another person, guys, you must first trust yourself. Trust your judgment and the ability to make good decisions. And just because someone that you love hurt you does not mean that you had poor judgment or that you made a mistake letting them go, letting them in. Your instincts are powerful, and you should not ever doubt yourself based on one experience. Pay attention to your instincts and trust yourself today, tomorrow, and every day. A good exercise to try if you want to build trust in yourself is to look at all the decisions you have made that had positive outcome. Start with your choice to end things with the person who broke your choice, your trust. If you knew that you'd never be able to trust them again, leaving the relationship was most definitely the right decision to make. And look at your wider life and all the things that are going well in it. You will certainly made many great choices that had positive results. You have good financial choices, good career choices, good health choices, and friendship choices. Make a list of those things that you had a strong instinct about and that you made good at. So, guys, trust yourself. Before you can trust somebody else, trust yourself. Trust yourself to know that whatever decision you're making for your life, you're making the right kind of decision. You're out. Yes, that's true, Trisha. You have to limit what you tell people. You really do. But trust yourself, and as well, guys, trust your instincts. And you, yes, hey, Sticks girl, thank you for coming. Trust your instincts and trust and use your discernment, but as well learn how to trust yourself enough to know that whatever decision that you made, they were the best decision that you made at the time. And it had a positive outcome. If you decide to let a relationship go because they betrayed your trust and you don't want to no longer deal with them, and I ain't talking about man, woman relationship, whatever. It could be a friendship. If someone's your friend with betrayed your trust, like I said, I had a situation occurred to me, happened to me about 5, 6 months ago, where a friend, like basically, she didn't. She talked to me in a very disrespectful way and said, she was gonna tell all my business, betrayed my trust in that way. And I decided to finally let that friendship go. And you could wish a person well and move on. But you don't have to keep them in your life. And I promise you, I feel like I made the best decision when I let that friendship go. Even though they're not a bad person, but I felt like, if you can't value my friendship, then, we don't have to deal. Um, the third thing is, guys, choose to forgive. And that's some of the things that I struggle with. Even though I say, yeah, I forgive, but sometimes I have to ask myself, Monica, do you really forgive or are you just saying it? So know that forgiveness is important. You may not necessarily choose to forgive the person who hurt you, although it is therapeutic, but at least forgive yourself. It is natural to blame yourself for allowing someone to hurt you. You may think that you were stupid to have allowed it or that you should have known better. Trisha, remember that you are courageous to open up and yourself up by being vulnerable in the first place. You are not to blame for someone else's actions. You know that you acted with good intentions. You held up your end of the relationship. Sure, you may have disagreed with your partner or whomever and even got upset with them at times, but you did not deserve to have your trust broken. No relationship is perfect. You did your best to make yours work. Don't tell yourself otherwise. Forgive yourself. So, in order for you to trust again and to move on, you have to forgive yourself. And I understand that it's because me, that's the thing that I struggled with for a long time. Forgiving myself for allowing people to hurt me because I was like I was being real in the relationship. I was being faithful in the relationship. I gave so much in this relationship, and for you to do me the way you did me, that hurt. But I know that I have held up my end of the bargain. They were the one that didn't. So they the one that what they put out, not me. So forgive yourself. And then as you learn how to forgive yourself, you'll learn eventually, guys, to forgive that person, not for what they did, but forgive them to know that, you know what, I forgive you because you know what, God, I feel like this, if God teaches us to forgive, then forgive. And it's for your healing. It's not for them. You're not forgiving them for you, for them. You're forgiving them for your healing and for you to be able, right, Nicole, forgive, but don't forget. Use it to make you stronger and learn from the life lesson. Right. Already learn that life lesson and never go through the same thing twice. But don't let that stop you from trusting another person. And see, that's sometimes that's my issue. My issue is I want to trust, but then I go back to the place, oh, I can't trust you because you doing something similar to what they did. So I don't trust you. And they may have good intentions or whatever, but if it seems familiar, then I feel, and hopefully somebody can resonate with me that like with that is um when I feel like some things are not like when I feel like when some things are not as, how can I put this, similar, like it all feels the same, then I feel as though this ain't right. And that makes me want to run. And that made me feel like, hey, I can't trust you because you're doing too much. And you're doing too much of similar things of what the other person doing. But you have to realize everybody ain't the same. Everybody's intentions ain't the same. So we have to all learn that, you know what, let's just go, let's go through the flow. And if you recognize that this is going the same way that this is going that went, then what we need to do is just let that go. So learn how to forgive yourself. Forgive the other yourself first, and then work on forgiving them, not for your good, not for their good, but for your own. Because you don't want to live your life holding on to things of the past. Because let me tell you something, these folks done moved on with their life, found somebody else, and you still stuck on this stuff from when y'all was together. They done moved on 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So we got to let that stuff go. So the fourth thing is allow time to grieve. Know that yes, being hurt by someone does require you to go through the entire grieving process. Know that you are going to grieve your relationship that you had with the individual. You're going to grieve the person you thought you knew, but it turned out to be someone different. You are grieving the life you had and the life you thought you would have with them in the future. And know that grieving is like 5 different stages. It's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and finally you're accepting it. Don't fight any of those stages. They are natural and important. So Nicole said, yes, ma'am. It's most definitely hard, but they deserve a chance, especially if they never gave you a reason not to trust them. Just keep your eyes open, though. LOL. Yes. Hey, in Curious World. Trisha, if you want to have a business trust on do this, just be quiet and listen. You will learn who the person is that you're dealing with. True. True, true, true. We all have to sit back and listen and be observant. Do have to sit back, listen, and be observant. They'll tell you what they what they want eventually. And you can tell when people I'm gonna be honest, like you can tell when people don't have good intentions because you'll see the bad side quick. Some people can mask bad behaviors and things like that good. And it takes you a while to figure them out. And you have to ask God to Lord, just I mean myself, I be like, Lord, reveal, reveal, reveal. And I'm gonna be honest, God hasn't revealed anything. So sometimes it could be you just holding yourself back. Oh no, we live, baby. We live. We live. We live on StreamYard. So, but as I was stating, girl, I mean, y'all, allow yourself time to grieve the relationship. You're gonna go through different phases when you're grieving a relationship, but know that give yourself that time to grieve. You're gonna cry. You're gonna be angry. You're going to go into depression, but grieve the relationship and then let it go and move on with your life. Don't let it take you. Don't let it take you. Don't stay in grief. Don't grieve that relationship long because it will make you feel as though you're not going to find anything else better. Um, the fifth thing is, guys, don't continue to label yourself the victim. Know that it is real easy to feel bad for yourself after being hurt. While you may need a day or two to stay in bed, eat ice cream and cry to sad love stories and on TV, try to wrap it up quickly. And because it won't help you get over the pain. Don't allow yourself to wallow in pain of being betrayed. If you focus on blaming the person that is involved, you make yourself the victim. And yes, they may have acted in a way to hurt you and broke your trust, but that's all on them. That ain't on you. You ain't did nothing. That was them. You are not their victim. Like Portia said, I'm no victim, bitch. But just say, know this. I'll just crack a joke. You are not their victim. You are not the victim, and you're not a victim. If you allow it to, the victim mentality can pervade all areas of your life. It can rob you of self confidence and self worth. Do you want to give that person that much power over you, even if they ain't even a part of your life anymore? Make sure you make a conscious effort to overcome that. Yes, you can overcome it. You can have more control than you think. Give yourself some credit. So don't be nobody's victim. Don't be, let's see, no one's victim. You're right, Trisha. But know that you don't have to be someone victim. Oh, they did me this way. That's how I was at one time. I was just somebody victim, just crying. Why he do this to me? I was a good person. I'm a good person. Why they don't, And yes, you are a survivor, Nicole. Yes, you are a survivor. Um, You don't have to have that victim mentality. Look what you did to me. You left me with two children, and now I have to raise them without someone in the home. And why you cheated on me? And I was good to you. And this, they know what you were, but they made the conscious effort to betray your trust. So that's on them. That ain't on you. So get up out the bed and move on with your life. Move on with your life. Overcome that obstacle because hurt it to me is an obstacle because you're going through some kind of hurtful pain. So yes, yes, you don't have to be nobody's victim. You can be an overcomer. You can be a achiever. Yes, I overcame what you did to me because I know that God got something better for me. I God know, I'm not gonna let you make me feel like I'm not worthy of what I'm asking for. You're not gonna make me feel like I'm not worthy. You're not gonna make me feel like I'm ugly and that I don't deserve to be with someone that doesn't betray my trust. I can be with somebody that loves me for me, not my outer appearance. And I'm gonna be honest. And see, this is what a lot of people base their situation on or relationship on is how someone looks. What about the inside? Come tell you something. There's some people in this world, baby. There's be some fine men, honey, some fine, nice, good shaped women, but they got some jacked up hearts. And that would matter. Your character would matter. How you treat people, that would matters. All about this, what they look like. Oh, I got me some arm candy. That's all you got is some arm candy. What about the person, how they treat you? Do they treat you like crap? After y'all done got out in public, let me be real, you done got out in public, oh, we look good together. But at home, you going through so much turmoil. Me, I rather look at the inside. That's what I rather have. I rather someone to judge me on the inside. A look don't matter because one thing about it, a look will fade, baby. A look will fade, and y'all know that. When we get old, we don't look as good as we used to look back in the day. So a look will fade, but your character and who you are, it's gonna stay the same. So if you have a nasty attitude, you treat people any kind of way, and you betray people trust, you're a cheater, you're a liar. That's what's gonna stick with you. That is what's going to stick with you. Um, let me get so I do have for you guys is tell your story. One day when you find that perfect person and you feel ready to trust them, make sure you communicate openly about your past experience and your fear of future heartbreak. Not only is it healthy to communicate honestly in the beginning of a new relationship, but you may also find that the new person has a similar story and has fears as well. Learning to be vulnerable and trust again after a deep pain can feel almost impossible at times, and you may think it is better to stay alone with the only person you can really trust is yourself. But having a relationship, guys, is a vital quality of life. Without the trying times, we will never be able to appreciate the good times. So it is best to choose to stay open and to trust even after you've been betrayed. Love can lead to some of the most intense pain possible, but it can also be the greatest thing you'll ever experience. After all, no one said love is going to be easy. Y'all, it seems like this last one is for me. I truly can say, and I know that people gonna be watching me on Facebook and on YouTube, and this is my truth, and y'all take the way you want to take it. Um, I had to tell my story on here on YouTube about my past experiences and the things I went through, and now that I'm trying to be, I guess, in a relationship, and it's hard for me to be vulnerable because I'm scared. It's hard for me to communicate because I'm scared they're gonna use my words that I tell them against me because that's what happened to me in a previous relationship, and I keep bringing. I have is bringing up the past. I have those bringing up the past, and it's kind of like causing a rift I'm because I'm gonna be honest. Like I want love, but love scares me too because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know a person's true intention yet when you first getting started. Then as you get go along the way, then you be like, okay, we're just going through the motions. But and then when things come up with me, when things come up that are kind of similar from the past, me, I be like, I'm finna sabotage it all. I'd rather be with myself. I promise you. This how I was yesterday. A lot of you know what I'm saying because you don't know what goes on with people. After they get out YouTube, you don't know what's going on in their life after that. But I'm just gonna say this. Um, This how I felt. I felt like that, I said, well, you know what? I'm just gonna let this all go. I know that if I'm by myself, then I can't hurt myself. I'm just gonna give it all up because you know what I'm saying? I'm being real with y'all because like I tell you guys, I don't want you guys to think I'm sitting up here telling y'all something and then I'm so perfect. Monica struggles through stuff and Monica sometimes struggles through stuff a lot alone. But thank God for my brothers. Thank God for my sister. Thank God for my mom. Um, but yeah, I say, well, I just be alone and be by myself, then I won't be hurt. And I'd be like, you know what? Then I could be just me and my kids for the rest of my life. But then I realized, do you want to live the rest of your life alone, Monica? That's what I had to tell myself. Do you want to live the rest of your life alone? Know that, like I was saying, it's okay to tell your story. It's okay to tell someone what you went through, but you don't have to always live in your past. And that's my thing is, I don't want to live in the past no more. I want to live for my future. I want to be loved. I want to be happy. Not someone giving me happiness, but me being happy like I am now, and someone just coming into my life as well and we come together and be happy. But um I struggle, like I said, tell you guys, I want to talk about trust because sometimes these are the things that I struggle with. Because trust is something that has been broken with me a lot when it comes to relationships. Like my last serious relationship or whatever, he really broke my trust. And it's hard for me to trust people now because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be the next one to betray me. But you can't always be like that. Know that you can't, everyone is not the same. And like it says, love can lead to some of the most intense pain, but it also can be a great experience. And like he says, love no one said love was going to be easy. So you have to work at it each and every day if you want it to come into fruition. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and recap, then I'm gonna let you guys go because I got to get up and Get ready for the monetization celebration. So I'm gonna recap real quick, then I'm gonna let you guys go. Um, the first thing we talked about is embrace your vulnerability. So it's okay to be vulnerable. Hello, I don't even know what name it is, but hello. It's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to let someone in. The second thing is learn to trust yourself. Make sure that you can trust yourself to make the right kind of decision when you're letting someone in and trusting people. The third thing is choose to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for whatever. First, you have to forgive yourself for whatever past mistakes you have made and allowing people to hurt you, and then you forgive them, not for their good, but for your own, so you can move on with your life, so they don't have that much power over you and over your life because you're letting them win. The fourth thing is allow time to grieve. So when you're being hurt by someone, go through the grieving process. That is natural, but don't stay there forever. Um, the fifth thing is don't label yourself as the victim. Know that you're no one's victim. You are an overcomer. Okay. Um, don't allow yourself to wallow in pain. Get up, get up, and don't let it break you down. Um, keep you down. And the sixth thing is, guys, tell your story. When you met the person that you actually want to be with, just let them know your story and be open with them and let them know that you are fearful of the future. It may come out that they have past hurts and they have dealt with things from the past as well, but um, you just have to be vulnerable with them and learn how to trust again. It is a no for you, Trisha. Trisha said it's a no. No, just not tell them, well, this person hurt me. You just tell them what you went through and how that person actually, you couldn't trust, you thought that they were this way, but then come to find out they were that way. You don't have to just fully disclose everything. And I think that's kind of my thing. I kind of like, I'm so open. I'm type of person. I'm so open. I'm just one of those people. I like to keep it real. So I'm like, oh, thank you, Nicole. So, so telling your story is not about trying to make someone feel sorry for you. You just letting them know, this is what I went through, just having a conversation like, this is what I went through, and then they can have a conversation with you and let this is what they went through. You won't believe that some men have been just as hurt, men, women, or whatever. Whatever kind of relationship you're in, different people have been hurt in many different kind of ways. So just know that it is okay to trust again. Let yourself be vulnerable, being open, and if it if you end up being hurt, it's okay. Just don't wallow in the hurt forever. Learn how to move on. So, guys, those are the tips that I do have. I appreciate you guys for coming as well, guys. I am reading this book this month. I hope y'all can see it. It is Sweet Gum. I am reading this book and I am doing a book review on it at the end of this month. I'm gonna start reading it this week. I'm sorry, guys. And and yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to pray and ask God to like give you discernment. You have to pray and ask God to give you discernment and let Him reveal whatever He wants to reveal to you. And if it's not working out, you be able to. You have to. I learned this. You have to leave a little room for yourself to where if it's not working, then leave room enough for yourself that you'll be okay if you walk away. And that's how that's how life is sometimes. Sometimes you just have to walk away from situation. I ain't talking about with a man and a relationship. I'm talking about with friendships too. Even with being with family members, you have to walk away with sometimes being with family members. You know, but thank you guys once again for coming. Um, Make sure you guys. I am going to be going live later on at 4 p.m. It's not going to be at 2, guys. Thank you, Trisha. Um, Jayla gave me some gum, but um, you're gonna be at 4 p.m. to give us time to get the kids ready and stuff like that. Um, there's gonna be our monetization celebration. It's gonna be here on YouTube. Hopefully I can get it connected to Facebook. If not, y'all just make sure y'all come to the one on YouTube if you're watching on Facebook right now. Um, and as well, guys, don't let anything. Oh yeah, I forgot. Make sure you guys are connected to my feature channel for the month. That is Baking with Charlene. Shout out to the TBT squad. That is Blogs and Fiction and the McCray Kings. Make sure you guys are connected to all these people. And as well, guys, if you think I have a lot of knowledge and a great word, make sure you are connecting to my mom. Her name on YouTube is BJ's Good News. So make sure you guys are connecting with her. So, as I always stated, guys, I always leave y'all with this message. Don't let anything or anyone steal your joy. If they didn't give it to you, they can't take it away. So, y'all have a good day.